What's up, everyone? Another day of Big Brother 26 means another breakdown from Angela. I need not say more. Folks, we've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right before we get started, if you are new around here, please hit the subscribe button. This is the one-stop place you can come to if you've got a spare 10-15 minutes in your day and you need to know everything that's going on inside that crazy-ass house. This is the place to be. I'm going to give you everything you need to know, from alliances to fights to just little intricacies in the gameplay. Hit the subscribe button, because I will not fail you, and you can come here every single day and get that little update that you need to know everything you need to know to make you a Big Brother expert. So folks, hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, that one I can't emphasize enough. So all of half a second just to go click subscribe, click like would mean the world to me. Thanks, folks. Question of the day. Now, of course, we are heading into the eviction tonight. Can we believe it? Reminder that I'll be going live an hour before the episode tonight, so come hang, grab yourself a drink and some snacks, and we'll just have a little bit of Big Brother eviction party. But anyways, yeah, question of the day. Lisa, Angela, Tucker, one of those three will be leaving the house tonight. If you are a house guest, who are you voting to evict? From a landline, call 09021. Sorry, no, I went into UK Big Brother mode there. But you can evict Lisa, Angela or Tucker. Let me know who it's going to be in the comment section below. Starting today's updates off, we have a Kenney update. Yay! We get to talk about Kenney again. Hopefully it's something different than him wanting to leave the house. Today's update is Kenney wants to leave the house. This is becoming a daily thing now. It was like every other day before, but now it's Kenney saying he wants to go, he wants to go, he wants to go. He was in a conversation with some house guests, and, you know, there was some talk of, you know, let's just hope I'm not on the block next week, yada yada yada, and people just trying to be optimistic about their time in the game. And Kenney turns around and goes, oh yeah, right, if you win HOH next week, put me on the block. I wouldn't mind being the third person out. Oof. And I know there's Kenney fans out there, and please don't hate me for this, but what a waste of a casting spot. What a waste of a casting spot. I'd rather any day of the week have somebody in there who's clawing and scratching to stay in the game, because that's what the game's about to me. As a passionate fan, I want to see people doing that, and it feels like the majority of the house really wants to play this year. There isn't really a slacker when it comes to gameplay. That not a standout slacker, at least. Well, Kenney, but Kenney is just actively saying, put me up, I want to go. I think he's just got that kind of I'm too humble to quit like outlook on life. I think it's like that generational thing, but, you know, he's basically quitting. He's essentially quit, because he's basically begging everybody to put him on the block. But it's one of those things where, like, people don't feel sorry for him in the house either. Like, people are getting sick of his mourning. People are sick and tired of him complaining day in, day out. We saw Brooklyn talk to Cam about it and said, you know, it's a disappointment and it's selfish and a disgrace to production, to fans, to the audience, you know, all that kind of stuff. Joseph took a look at the camera last night. He went into the bathroom and looked at the camera straight up, and he started going on a rant about Kenney, saying, you know, this is ridiculous. Like, all you do is sit here and complain, you know, and you just moan and mope around. So it's not just the audience who are getting sick of it, it's also the house guest. So I hope Kenney shapes up very soon, or he just gets evicted next week, because I don't want to have to be stood here every single day saying, hey, Kenney wants to go again, because it's just getting tiring. And not only tiring, it's frustrating and irritating as a fan to listen to him say this stuff every single day. Angela did spend the day campaigning. Of course, it was an emotional roller coaster, as it always is with Angela. We'll get onto that more though a bit later. But yeah, she spent the day campaigning. Her pitch was essentially, you know, keep me in. I'm always going to be that shield, you know, that is going to be in front of you, because everybody's going to go, oh, Angela, before anyone else. But she was saying she's not going to win that much. I think as a viewer right now, it would be incredibly entertaining if Angela stayed tonight and won head of household, because then we'd go back to the chaos of week one again, and it would almost be a reset in the game, because as soon as Angela becomes head of household, everyone below her is going to have to start sniping at each other, you know, because people show a united front right now, but they're going to be like fish in a barrel when Angela's, you know, shooting the shots from up top. They'll be swimming all over, and they'll do whatever it takes to stay in. So I think that would be entertaining as a viewer. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But hey, what's the motto of this show? Say it with me. Expect the unexpected. Now we know that 2 days from yesterday, we talked about it in yesterday's update. The second power was revealed to Tucker. Of course, he was skeptical at first when Angela told him, you know, it's Quinn who's got the power. This deep fake HOH thing. Then the day after, it was Chemo who told Tucker. Then Tucker confirmed that was basically was able to confirm that was true. Angela was telling the truth there because Chemo's got a lot more stock than Angela has. But anyways, separately today, Tucker went on to tell Rubina and Chelsea at separate moments, this wasn't at the same time, that he knows about the second power. He didn't say it was Quinn, didn't say Quinn's name, but he said he knows about it. So Tucker stock's going up. I mean, here's something. Rubina and Tucker, right? Those two are, you know, they're quite close. Dare I say Showman's close? I don't know about that, but there's something. I can see a little flirty flirt between them. I don't know. I want to know what everybody else thinks, because when I watch them on the feeds and just the way they interact with each other and the dynamic between the two of them, it's cute. You know what I mean? It pleases my bisexual heart because I fancy both of them. But yeah, Rubina is my biggest crush this season, but both of them are great. But yeah, no, Rubina and Tucker, I would not mind at all if those two teamed up, got together, and marched it onto the end. You know, they ran things, because I think they could do it, both of them. I mean, Tucker's more out there, Rubina's more subtle, very similar to the way that Danielle Reyes was out there and Jason Guy was more subtle. Those two, if they got together and got information, they could run it to the end, and I'm not kidding. I believe that, and that is something I would love to. Do I think it'll happen? We'll see. You know, we're only on week 2 at the moment. We still got a long way to go, folks. But would I like to see it? Hell yeah, I'd love to see it. I think it would be fantastic, because those two are two of my favourites. I would say my 4 favourites at the moment, you know, and we've all got our own favourites, so let's not hate on each other for our favourites. But my 4 favourites as of right now that are giving me the most entertainment and rootability is Angela, Tucker, Rubina, and Tikor. Those 4, I like them. Subject to change, but as of right now, it's those 4. And you know, Tikor is wonderful. I haven't talked about Tikor a lot because I mean there hasn't really been many major updates on Tikor, but she's somebody who is she's playing very subtly, and she's just nice. She's very nice. I think in the first few days, a lot of guys gravitated towards her, and I do think that a lot of them fancied her. But then, you know, she obviously talks about the fact that she's in a relationship and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that hasn't stopped guys before, though, has it? But yeah, I think the guys more so then took a more protective approach to Tikor rather than I want to be in a showmance with her, because I think she was, you know, Matt and MJ, of course, they got quite tight, but I feel like the rest of the guys definitely gravitated towards Tikor. Tikor, she's got like this beautiful soul about her, where she's just kind and graceful and nice, and she's got the most wonderful smile. I was just tweeting about that this morning. She is truly beautiful, and I like her a lot. She's very, very endearing, and I could see her going far in the game. I've got an idea in my head about how far she'll make it, but I'm not going to say it just in case, you know, the whole touch wood thing. But I don't know. Like Tikor, I like a lot. She's one to watch. She's got this aura about her where she doesn't really need to go and socialize with people. She's got this beautiful kind of vibe to her where people will just come to her and give her all the information she needs, and all she needs to keep doing is being herself, and it's wonderful. She's a nice person, beautiful soul, and I expect her to go deep in this game because people like her. And when you're playing a social game, never ever underestimate the power of just being likable, because not only is she likable, she's saying the right things to the right people, and she's keeping that information for when it matters, and I'm sure she'll strike like a snake when she needs to. Now, some more context because I've literally just found this out as I've been recording, and this is the problem with the fact that we can't do flashbacks, and we can't, and you know, there's also the matter of any time there's the tiniest conflict now, Big Brother likes to cut the feeds because fans are going to start complaining that it's bullying, or that it's over the top, or that people should be removed from the house from a reality TV show where there's a fight. But it sounds like when Joseph talked to the camera last night, it was context after Kenney had apparently actually had a fight with the have-nots. About being too loud, and this is why it's so irritating that we can't see these things. You need to show us these things for context, Big Brother. Big Brother. I know a bunch of you will be just as irritated as I am right now finding that out, because y'all are getting the live reaction from me right now finding that out, because it sounds like somebody's caught onto some context on social media and I've just found that out. I'm annoyed that we couldn't have seen that fight, but there's more evidence that Kenney's stock is going down in that house and people don't like him, because all he does is mope and moan, and obviously to the point where now he's getting into arguments with people. But there's a huge fight again that we haven't seen, courtesy of feed cuts and lack of flashback. Good times. Angela had a breakdown in the dining table yesterday. She was just sat there crying by herself. At this point, it's difficult to keep... This sounds mean, and I don't even mean it to sound shady at all. It's difficult to keep track of why Angela is crying. She is a one-person wrecking ball who swings from room to room, causing arguments, saying the wrong things to the wrong people, and destroying her own social game. She is not a good player by any means, but she's provided the most conflict and entertainment this season, more so than anyone has in the past probably 5 seasons, and that's why a lot of people love her. But why was she crying at the kitchen table alone? Honestly, she was campaigning all day yesterday, and she probably worked herself up at some point, multiple points, to the point where she just had to let it all out. But hey, one thing you can't deny, Angela's in touch with her emotions, and here at TV Talks with Tom, we like somebody who's in touch with their emotions. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Now, as promised, I said if you send a super thanks with a comment, I will shout you out and answer your comments. So a massive thank you to David Cushmore 8790. David Cushmore, I appreciate you. And David asks, when do you think Angela gets evicted? What a great question. Now, okay, I've got to say this. I will be surprised if she makes it to jury, because tonight it's probably going to be Lisa, could be Angela, but I don't know. But that's what I'll say. Other than if she makes it past the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'd be shocked. So that's your answer, in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Thank you so much, David, for your super thanks, and you guys as well. If you want your question answered and a shout out, all you got to do is leave a super thanks with a comment and a question. Thanks so much, folks. I hope you're all staying safe, staying positive, staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. I'll be going live tonight 1 hour before the show. So come hang, grab yourself a nice drink and grab yourself some nice snacks. And we can have a little pre-eviction party. Hope to see you there tonight, folks. And remember to hit the notification bell for that. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.